How about now? Oh, there we go. This is why I got on early. Because I have been turning stuff on, turning stuff off, trying to get my speakers right, all of this stuff and all this fun stuff, because Sam brought my computer back. And so now I have like my computer, but I'm getting ready for class tonight. So we're gearing up for, say hi, Toothless. We're gearing up for class in just a little bit. And there we go. So I'm kind of mobile at the moment. I don't have it just sitting on my computer. I spent time trying to figure out how to make this the easiest for class tonight. So tonight, you guys, if you're in the membership, class tonight is spirit art class, right? We've been talking about spirit art class. And then next week's class is gnome homes. Next week is gnome homes. So then I'm working on the classes for next month, but I already know that we have light language on the 19th with Stacy Ham. So, and then Sam will do a crystal class next month. I'm not quite sure which one he's doing. Let's see what else we have. I wrote it down over on my bookie thing over there. But we're getting ready for class this evening. If this is a spirit art class, if you don't have paper towels at your station and you guys are in the class, please make sure you get some paper towels because this can get messy. So just make sure you're all prepared. There's the spirit art from our last class that we did. I'm in love with the one on the bottom. Can you guys see the one on the bottom, the face looking up to the sky in the bottom? I'm in love with that one. I have another one at home when I do get my other art here. Gnome homes on your birthday. So we're just chit-chatting this evening. Just good morning from New Zealand. Good morning. How are you today? So I think I've got my lighting straight so that I don't look like I am living in a cave. That's awesome. That's important, right? I've been saying right a lot, right? So Sam bought a bunch of stuff for me, and I'm looking to see what our July lineup is. Social media, business end of social media. For the people that have been taking the classes, this is the third piece of the business end of intuition, then the crystal class, then the light language class, and then angels, calling angels into the four corners of your property or home. So those are the classes for next month. And of course you see the mushroom. Yeah, he's hiding back there, isn't he? I have that big, huge space on my wall. The pictures are temporary. But I have that big, huge space in my wall. I have somebody working on bright light. Is it too bright? I have somebody working on a photo, or she's doing a painting for me, and I fell in love with what she did. She did one for herself, and I'm like, ooh, I want one like it. And I think she translated that into, I want a perfect one exactly like it. And she was like, how about I just sell you mine that I did for myself? And I'm like, no, I don't want yours. And it was important to tell her, I guess, that art is subjective, isn't it? It is beautiful no matter what, because art is a bunch of personal preferences that get put on paper or canvas or whatever, and then it becomes something beautiful. And you can have the biggest mistake in your mind that shows up on that paper, and you can hand it over to somebody else, and they think it's the most beautiful, beautiful thing that they've seen. No, I haven't gotten to that part yet, Teresa. It's got to be still in a tub. I haven't found the mandala art yet, so I have 4 more tubs to go through. It's good light, good. It's a diffused light. It's a light facing the wall, and it bounces back. So, anyhow, so yes, no, but I'm looking for yours. That was one of the things, because it usually sits on top of everything, or it sits on here on my desk, and it's just I haven't uncovered it yet. There's a lot of stuff I haven't uncovered yet. I had to go. I have like puff paint all over, and I had to go buy new because it's not. I couldn't find it. So that's where we're at. Art. Art, it's 7 Central, you guys, right? 25 minutes. I'm doing it again. What is with this right thing? Amber says, I learned something new today. I've always known about vision boards, but today I learned about making a vision board. Awesome. Awesome. You really put that visualization in there and the whys behind it and all this things manifest. It's really, really cool. I wish you could make it tonight. You can watch the replay and you'll be like, oh, that's easy. That's easy. Why are we having a class on that? You got your box. Yay. Okay. I'm just looking at, well, you know what? We did really well this morning with the spirit song. So how many people do we have? We have 14. So we'll pull from the spirit song again this afternoon. We're taking, there's quite a few of us in the My Mystical Life that are taking a tarot class that's being done by Tanya Lee, Harmonia Friends on YouTube. And I got my box, have a big old Shiva behind. Isn't it amazing? Isn't the Shiva amazing? They're so cool. You should have seen Sam trying to carry the big one in last night. What do you call the big one? What did he call the big one? He didn't call it Mongo. I don't remember what he called it, but it was very fitting. And it weighs probably 60 pounds. I mean, it's heavy. It's way heavier than a bag of horse feed. And he was carrying that thing, and it's only 18 inches, right? It was only 18 inches. I'll be in Ohio in the end of July. I will be in Ohio at the end of July. I haven't set anything up yet, but I need to tell my children to make sure my yard is clean so that and manicured, so we can do a drumming circle, or we find someplace else to do one in town, maybe in Ohio, Toledo. So this morning, these cards come across with this really cool high arcana, just blow your mind away message. It was so neat. So I figured we'd pull from these again. Oh, good. Your temperatures dropped from 100 to 98. And today the high was 96 or 76. What? Craziness. Okay, we have a jumper. We have a jumper, right? Cut the grass or you're getting evicted. We should do a collective message to my children. Here's a card. Okay, so the first card we had today was the High Priestess. Then we had the Sun, and then we had the Wheel of Fortune, and now we have Awakening. That's the one problem with this light. It bleaches all these colors out because this is really, it's a muted kind of thing, but it's really, really beautiful. So we're freeze warnings in Michigan tonight. Oh my gosh. Awakening. There's a lot of people going through awareness and awakening right now. And we call it so many different things. We're calling it, we're woke. Way overused, isn't it? I'm woke. And to me, that means being conscious of the energies around you and everything that's going, not because we're not going to be conscious of absolutely everything, but I want to know what energies are coming in when I'm working, right? To me, that's an awakening. That's when you're stepping out and you're finding new things that you want to be interested in, you're checking into it, and all of a sudden new things start unfolding like a book. And it's really interesting because my guides are showing me it's so free, just, I don't know, this is the most random reference. And it's so totally random that I would know this. Okay. But they're going to use what we know. It's the unfolding of a book. Do you know books didn't used to open like they do now, like with binding? They used to be folded into, when they used animal skin, they used to be folded into books, and they would fold them and then fold them and fold them, and they unfolded in this really incredible way. And they're talking about the illuminated text. Oh, this is just where we're going with this. So we're going to follow down the rabbit hole. They're talking about, because this was when the illuminated text first came out, and they were using, hi Sophia, and they were using a lot of natural pigments to do their work, but they were also using actual gold leaf in all of their books. But the product of this very, very, very primitive process still exists today. And this is old. You're talking 11th century kind of stuff and before, where they used all of these pigments and things, and they still exist today. And they're talking about standing the test of time, how that in itself was an awakening of mankind. Put it on paper. Well, it wasn't really paper. Put it down, make it beautiful, make it something that is consumable by people around the world through, of course, at that time it was mostly the Bible, right? It was mostly the Bible that this was being done with. I don't know why we're doing a history lesson. But it was one thing that led to another. It was one thing that led to another. It was, this is the beautiful words that we're going to put down for everybody to have through their priests or their learned scribes. And then as time went on, people needed more. They consumed more because they were learning more. They found the beauty in it. It was accessible to them. Books were not accessible to the common man for how long? I mean, for the longest time, it was only the very, very wealthy or the church that owned books. And as people began to see beyond what was just being spoon-fed to them, they craved more information, and they were starting to become more in demand. That's when we had to have more of an awareness go on, where we were like, okay, we've got to be able to do this. There's such a demand for knowledge, and people were becoming smarter and wanting more information as they went along. The printing press come across, and then we had more information available to us. And look where we're at today. Look where we're at today. We have so much information at our fingertips that it's just stunning. Hi, Isis. I should probably be like online, but so I don't even know why we're talking about this, but we're talking about the accessibility. Bradley, hi. I was just on for a few minutes before class tonight. We were talking about the accessibility of knowledge nowadays. You're already awoke, but wait, Reiki never hurts. Believe in yourself. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, Reiki is a wonderful stepping stone. It's great for validation. It is fantastic for the validation of getting your left brain engaged and giving yourself permission to be more woke. But you're aware. You're already aware, Amber. I think woke is overused. Everybody's walking around woke. Yeah. Whatever. Hi, Kelly. How are you? Let's pull one more, because this deck has been really fantastic today. It really is pulling the best cards. I don't know why we had to go down history lesson lane, but it'll mean something to somebody, I guess. This card right here is the one I'm pulling. So today we have already had the High Priestess. We've had the Sun. We've had the Wheel of Fortune. We just went through Awakening. And now we're on the Four of Acorns. And now it's about comfort and community. We always talk about community, right? I gotta stop this right thing. We always are talking about community, but I see in this, if I can get it closer, what I see in this is a lot of sacred geometry. I see a lot of things coming to fruition. A lot of seeds that have been planted are starting to really come about and be part of the person's life as they are moving forward, and bringing in that comfort level of insecurity as well, because that's what our community does for us. It's what our community is supposed to do for us. We're supposed to have a loving, supportive community that says, whatever you do, I love you, and you can do it. You got this. Let's move forward. That's what community is supposed to do. How is my camera moving? Because I'm not touching my desk. So community is important, isn't it? So let's go do community. If you're in the membership, you guys, I will see you in the Zoom room in a few minutes, and we're going to do art. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Bye-bye now.